and welcome to the Intel Brief. Today is Wednesday, 19 February. I'm your host Daniel, and today we'll be covering Iran has jailed a British couple for espionage, at least 200 have been killed in a paramilitary attack in Sudan, and gunmen have killed 7 Punjabis in a bus attack in Pakistan. So firstly, Craig and Lindsay Foreman, 2 British nationals, have been arrested and charged with espionage while travelling in southern Iran last month, as reported by Iranian authorities and the UK Foreign Office. The couple, who have been identified as being in their 50s and on a global motorbike tour, were accused of posing as tourists and collecting information while in Iran, with their activities leading to their detention in the Kerman province by the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. These charges are part of a broader pattern where Iran has detained several foreigners and dual nationals on similar grounds, which some Western countries claim is a tactic used by Tehran to use the detainees as leverage in international negotiations. The situation involving the Foremans has prompted the UK Foreign Office to express deep concern and actively engage in diplomatic discussions with Iranian officials to address the couple's detention. The British government is also providing consular assistance to the couple, and the British ambassador has recently met with them. The case has occurred amidst a backdrop of heightened tensions and caution as advised by the British Foreign Office against travel to Iran, reflecting the current complex and strained diplomatic relations between the countries. So what? Sadly, it seems that this couple are just more victims of the political battle occurring between the two governments. While it is likely they will eventually be released, Iran will want something in exchange, as this is generally the way things go. It is interesting to see that the IRGC were the ones to arrest the couple, as this seems uncommon and likely an indication that the arrest was targeted in some kind of deliberate plan targeting foreigners. It is almost certain that the situation will lead to further diplomatic tension between the two countries, something that seems unlikely to cool in the near to medium term. And next, in Sudan, recent paramilitary operations conducted by the Rapid Support Force, or RSF, near Khartoum have resulted in the deaths of over 200 individuals, with hundreds more injured or missing, according to reports from Emergency Lawyers Network. This 3-day assault targeted 2 villages in the White Nile state, approximately 100 kilometers south of the capital city. The RSF's actions included firing on villagers attempting to flee across the White Nile, potentially leading to further drownings and explaining the missing individuals. Furthermore, it has been detailed that horrifying acts occurred such as executions, kidnappings, and forced disappearances, all while conducting looting and exploitation of the cities. The United Nations has also reported severe human rights violations, including sexual violence and forced displacement of hundreds of families amidst the ongoing conflict for control over the White Nile state. Amidst this escalating violence, both the Sudanese army and the RSF continue to vie for territorial control, complicating the humanitarian crisis further. The UN and various rights groups have condemned the executions and the use of sexual violence, accusing both factions of failing to respect international humanitarian law. On a broader scale, Sudan's civil war, which has been raging since April 2023, has devastated the nation, leading to tens of thousands of deaths and displacing over 12 million people. This conflict has also caused one of the worst food insecurity crises global, with half of Sudan's population currently facing severe food shortages. The International Rescue Committee has labelled it as the biggest humanitarian crisis on record, highlighting the dire need for humanitarian intervention and support. So what? This event follows recent news that the Sudanese government forces had made significant advances against the RSF. Interestingly, this was seen as a sign of Russia's declining support for the group that may have caused them to fail. Sadly, the conflict often doesn't get the attention it deserves, and is unlikely that Sudan will get the support they need from the UN and other African nations. What is likely needed is a large combined force of African troops under the UN banner to conduct operations against the RSF and to secure the country until government forces are up to the point where they can take over. But with other regional conflicts and a war in Europe again, it is unlikely that they will get what they need. And lastly, in a recent violent incident in southwest Pakistan, 7 passengers have been killed when gunmen attacked their bus in the Bakharan district of Balochistan, a region that borders Afghanistan and Iran. The attack occurs late on Tuesday as the bus travelled towards Lahore. According to a government official, the assailants initially disabled the bus by shooting out its tyres on the highway. Then they boarded the bus and checked passengers' identification cards, singling out individuals from the Punjab province and executing them. The motive behind the attack has not been confirmed, but it reflects the ongoing ethnic and separatist tensions in the region, which has experienced decades of conflict. Balochistan Liberation Army, or BLA, are the most active separatist group in the region. They frequently target security forces and civilians from other Pakistani provinces, particularly Punjabis. There has also been a noted increase in attacks on Punjabi workers in the area, highlighting the broader ethnic strife within the region. The BLA, who oppose the involvement of foreign entities and other Pakistani nationals and the exploitation of Balochistan's resources, arguing that such activities neglect the needs and rights of the local impoverished population. So what? It seems only a few days ago we talked about another attack in Pakistan, likely linked to the BLA, and in that article I mentioned that it was possible that attacks would increase. Well, it seems they have, and this attack seems extremely targeted. The attackers clearly wanted to send a message that Punjabis are not welcome in the region. Due to the targeted nature of this attack, it seems possible that there could be some kind of retaliation, possibly by the military, who are mostly Punjabi, or from groups of Punjabis who are in the region or just across the border. The government is going to have to do something fast, or it is possible the situation could spiral out of control. Thank you for tuning into the Intel Brief, your daily update on global geopolitics, brought to you by HM Intelligence. You can support the show by sharing it with your friends and leaving us a 5-star review. And if you're curious to learn more about intelligence, you can check out one of our courses in the description below. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you next time.